Welcome again to This Week in Gaming with Slightly Salted Squad. Sorry we had some technical difficulties and throwing it all off. You can't see it. The room is a disaster because I'm getting that streaming PC set up and everything's wrong. Everything's wrong right now.
Yes.
But surviving. This is July 17th, episode 35, where we're going to be talking PUBG. Haven't said that in a while. Stadia.
Wow.
Another Nintendo Switch, and a whole lot more. As always, we appreciate you watching or listening, whether it be live on twitch.tv/slightlysaltedsquad or later on YouTube or your favorite podcast network. If you haven't yet, please check out our Twitter or Instagram for news and updates. And if you actually want to support us, click those follow, subscribe buttons, and check us out on patreon.com/slightlysaltedsquad. But most importantly, if you want to actually play with us, for example, Overwatch later tonight after the news, make sure you check out our official Discord, which you can link to from twitch.tv/slightlysaltedsquad. That's enough of that. As always, I'm John at Force Inept. Real
I'm
quick.
Mike at Sregge.
Thanks for the sub. Oh. Good. Well timed. I'm Mike at Sregge, subscriber. And
I'm Deion at Tycho.
Who?
Get used to it.
Okay.
Deion at Tycho, bro.
I'm not going to waste any more energy getting used to it. It's only going to last another week.
It'll just... Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's going to be just like another new Nintendo Switch.
Ah.
Topical. But real quick, before we get started, as always, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Just search Slightly Salted Squad. You can find our squad modes as well as This Week in Gaming. And I did post my experience with I Expect You to Die on the HTC Vive, which is actually a really fun VR game. A lot more fun than I anticipated. Otherwise, you can check out Tycho's channel. I'm going to let you do that because I don't know your dates and shit.
Yeah, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I post a YouTube video. This week is Battlefield 5, so a lot of Battlefield 5 play from when we played probably, 3 weeks ago, probably a little bit longer than that. So they're short little videos, so check them out.
Nice. Very cool. Let's see. I just got a notification too. Throw my sub out there. Clearly, Sregge and I subbed at the exact same time, so there we go.
Cute.
Okay. Well, that's a quick reminder too. With Amazon Prime Day now over, if you got Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. Hopefully, you checked out all the free stuff you can get, and you can always check out a free sub, which you can give to us, or you can give it to somebody else. But we'd appreciate it. Ammunition and all those people that hawked all the Amazon stuff don't need it, so give it to us. Or somebody deserving. But, we deserve it. So,
Hey, how are we not deserving?
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty deserving. Let's see. Anything else, guys, before we actually get into the news?
Now, fam, let's roll it.
Let's do it.
Hit it.
Okay, this is going to be a little weird because it's been a while. But Awful Anthem is back.
What?
And actually, spoilers, followed by Fallout. There's a debate of which to put first. But
Alphabetical.
good, I did that right. Perfect.
You're like,
Fallout 76. Okay. Anthem news. So it's been about a month and a half since there's been new content for Anthem. Yes, people are still playing this game. Found that out because of this news article. Apparently there was a mysterious countdown clock that said 7 days and 17 hours until oncoming storm. So somebody found that, they're like all excited, maybe that's when this new Cataclysm, whatever, is going to actually launch. And then a community manager of BioWare announced on Twitter that it had gone live early and would be removed. So something's coming. That's about all Anthem players have to hope for. There's some weird stuff, and it looks like the storm is kind of coming off in the distance and pointing to a peak. People have even went down to as close as they could get to the peak and stuff. But yeah, still nothing new for Anthem. So good on you guys, whoever's playing that. You're at least
All three of you guys.
keeping it alive for us to maybe play it when it's better.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale for like $10, and then I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'm
Free
on
to
that
play.
same train. Yeah, or
Free
even
to
that. It'll probably happen.
Let's see, going on to some Fallout 76 news. So obviously we've talked a little bit more about Fallout recently as far as their upcoming plans since E3 of, the different patches they're doing. They had the Battle Royale, which actually had, some decent reviews. There was a large patch a couple days ago, yesterday. Yes, yesterday. So patch number 11. And while it helped some things, especially the kind of new player approach to it of making it kind of easier for players to get into it, it also introduced quite a few major bugs for those kind of endgame players, again, whoever's out there playing Fallout 76, that legendary loot's not dropping. There are random quote-unquote death areas where if you walk into them, you instantly die.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know. I kind of want to know what the actual trigger or what the hell it is that's making people just die. Is it just... Oh, yes, oversaturation. All 7 players, not even 76, 7 of them have probably died. So, yeah. And
insane.
A bunch of power armor challenges as well. So there was a bunch of hope of making it better and all that stuff. But yeah, people are incredibly frustrated with that one.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine being a Fallout 76 player and not being frustrated enough to stop already? And then having stuff like this happen where you're just instantly dying or losing gear and stuff like that.
Those are the people that are in like abusive relationships that know how to take just a mountain of punishment.
And think about all I'm just assuming that they probably had a lot of defending, like, no, they're still trying to make this game great and all that stuff.
It's just when they drink, yeah.
But then that shit happens and they're just like, F this, like, I'm done.
How do you excuse that?
Yeah.
So
fell down the stairs.
Sorry, Fallout 76, you got a ways to go. Maybe you fix it by the time, you get those NPCs out there that we can actually talk to and do quests with. Oversaturation. Who is still invested in these shit shows, Anthem and Fallout 76? That's a great question. I'm not gonna lie, I've been tempted to get back into Fallout 76, just kind of prod here and there, but just still haven't quite done it yet.
No, that kind of shit? No thanks.
Yeah, pass.
How do you accidentally make it so that no epic loot drops?
Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
Who was fucking with the
randomly dying? Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about, well, not really a game, but a good future game that we just want to talk about and don't have a lot of information on. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Coming out next year, April 16th, 2020. Long ways away. And I'm not gonna lie, I saw this news, I got really excited. Oh, you want more information about the world of Cyberpunk 2077? Here's a book. I'm like, that's awesome. That's gonna, tide me over until the game comes out. Comes out 5 days after the game. Comes out April 21st, 2020. So $40. You can pre-order it on Amazon right now.
It's a nice looking book. Hardcover and
hardcover. And Dark Horse Comics.
Dark Horse, yeah.
It's gonna be some quality stuff. They've got the 4 images on there that they've kind of shown on Twitter. I think we showed them a couple weeks ago on the news. But the kind of different factions, if you will, and lifestyles. So 200-page book.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. A day after Borderlands 3 releases on PC. There's that too. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's not accurate, is it?
Yeah, it's like 6 months from the release for consoles, right?
I thought it was... Okay, sorry, now I gotta...
Fact check the community.
I gotta fact check the community. No, yeah, that's... Can you guys actually double check that? Because I'm seeing
it's
September 13th.
oversaturation. He makes jokes all the time, so you got to decipher the truth.
Oh, epic.
I
was
literally
going to
looked
say,
him in the face
damn
today
it.
and said, I don't know when to take you seriously.
Yeah, you just always assume it's a joke, and laugh at it anyway. And then when it's true, you just,
You got me on that. I should have known the Epic Store. Damn it. You got me on that one. Yes, no Steam, no buy. Which, if you join our Discord, you can see that actual emote. Not on Twitch yet. Come on, people. Follow and subscribe, and we'll get that on there finally.
And we can add a third one.
We can add a third one. So, yeah. Really cool. I'm kind of a little salty that's not actually included in the collector's edition. There is a little book and stuff included in the collector's edition. It is not this one. They did confirm that on Twitter, so saw people asking about that. But pretty cool. I want to live in that world, so anything to kind of expand upon that, just like CD Projekt Red kind of normally does with those world building, I'm all for it. $40 is a little pricey, but pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd pay it for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure the game's going to be well worth it. And yeah, Deion?
It's one of those things that, it's one of those things when you're in a game, and especially a game like that, and this takes me back to like Mass Effect, where I just wanted to consume everything in that universe, right? Knowing all the lore and all the background of everything. So, and when the game comes out, and I'm sure it's going to hit our expectations, I'm going to be looking at, this is going to be awesome. And anything else that like ties you into that universe to know more about what's going on, I'm all for it.
Did you read any of the Mass Effect books? There were Mass Effect books, right?
No, I just read like comics and bullshit.
Gotcha. That's fair.
I don't read really. I just kind of, look at the pretty pictures.
Thumb through the pictures.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Dark Horse Comics, there you go. Just like all those Vader comics. Speaking of world building, I know a game everyone's been dying to hear about lately. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Why are they there? Why is that? Well, Season 4 cinematic trailer talks about it.
Reveals.
And it's basically the original town gets bombed. There's one survivor, this kid, and then he apparently grows up and then puts people in the same situation so that they can grow up like he did and become men and stuff. So basically grows up to be a serial killer, sort of? Like,
kinda.
Situational serial killer, I guess. I don't know what that's called. But, killing 98 other people. 99 people. Bizarre. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's like one of those things where you don't really need a story. But, you know what? I'm not knocking it too much. I mean, it's always great to have some type of cinematic to tie in to your game experience. Primarily like Overwatch and that type of stuff. It's always great seeing their shorts, even though it has no real major substance into the game modes that you're playing. And so this is the same way. I guess it's kind of cool to think about like this, rich kid turned man, like having all these 98 screens, seeing what everybody's doing and putting them in a Royale mode. It's all right. It's not needed, but, it's like, all right. Yeah,
it just kind of struck me as how I was like, oh, well, why? So this kid's clearly like insane trauma type stuff to be able to just be like, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to capture, I guess, people and then put them in this situation.
It's what Oversaturation said, like a Battle Royale jigsaw, essentially, is what this guy is. So, yeah, I mean, not needed, but okay. I don't know. What do you do with that?
Yeah, right. That's what. And it's PUBG. I think they're just trying to figure out what the hell to do, period. So,
basically.
Going back a little bit, T-Gab says he read the Mass Effect books AMA, not the fourth one or the Andromeda one. Oversaturation asked, and no response. So, T-Gab's coming in late for the Epic Store joke, too, so missed out on that. Thanks to Oversaturation.
I'm sure he jumped in once he heard no Steam.
Yeah, he's probably...
That's exactly what happened. It echoed from the hills, and he's like, oh, my calling.
More of a... Somebody has a Valve Index, ask them anything, except they haven't played it yet, so hurry up on that.
How do you spend that much money in a Valve Index and don't play it?
Moving. Congratulations, by the way, T-Gabs, on the move. But, for sure, tell us how it is once you get this up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Going on. Google Stadia. Game list, 31 of them. So just going on here. So originally they'd announced, I think it's 15 or 16. So pretty much double. 31 games. I'm not going to read through all of them, but some call-outs. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which actually we were all talking about this after squad mode this past week, that I think we all kind of assumed it was going to be something because that was the beta for Project Stream. But at the same time, Ubisoft's putting out their own Uplay, pay whatever thing. So it was kind of like, would that be part of that? Would that be like how that's going to play in? But Assassin's Creed Odyssey is there. Baldur's Gate 3, Borderlands 3, Destiny 2, obviously they've talked about. Doom Eternal, very curious to see because it has a very quick, fast-paced game that requires the lowest of latencies. Yeah. So that's a bold strategy to put that on there.
What is your most, both of you, since you guys are founders, what are your most excited games out of this list are you looking to play? Farming Simulator is what Oversaturation is hype about.
It's
all the farming.
Yeah. If it was like Collector's Edition or something like that, maybe, but it's kind of hard. Honestly, Get Packed, I'm actually really excited about.
That one will be cool.
That's the Overwatch,
Overcooked.
Overcooked. But yeah, packing. So I'm actually really excited about that. Not that it's necessarily on Stadia. For Stadia, probably Baldur's Gate 3 would be one of the main ones I play on there, I think.
Yeah, that's actually my thought too. If we're talking about like the exclusives, Baldur's Gate 3 is where I'm at. But more than what to play, I'm excited for the mobility. I'm excited to be able to play it from anywhere. I'm very curious as to how this is going to tie in with like the Uplay. Hell, if I have Assassin's Creed on Uplay and I also have the game on Stadia, is there any way to like access my account? Because they were able to do data transfers when you played in the beta and they transferred everything over and you got the account. So I think it's more curiosity there.
Baldur's Gate 3. Looking through the list though, I'm not sure how I would play some of them. I would think definitely check them out, but Wolfenstein Youngblood would be fun for 2 players, so I'd want to do that with 2 people. Tom Clancy's Breakpoint, I have been kind of tossing up in the air whether or not I was going to get that, so if I can play that on Stadia, I think that'd probably be a good one for that.
I think that that part that Mike just mentioned is a big deal for me. If it connects in some way as far as my saves in between things, then I think that's where I'd be kind of all in, because then it'd be like, oh yeah, and then I can get serious, I can play on my PC and have that, competitive mode, but then maybe I want to chill on my couch and I can start up the Stadia, but I can still have that save that I had.
Right.
So we'll see what comes from that. Oversaturation asks if you will stream Just Dance, John.
Yeah, I don't have
I actually suggest a squad mode of Let's Dance. All of us getting in, doing it, dancing.
That might need to be like a fundraiser type thing. We take donations to get us to do that.
Yep.
I'm not sure why people would want to pay to see that.
A little after Extra Life.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But we can still make Just Dance happen.
We're gonna have to figure something out there.
I think so. Good suggestion.
And as a reminder for mobile, it is Pixel 3 and Pixel 3a. Pixel 3, Pixel 3 XL, Pixel 3a, Pixel 3a XL, which I don't think is out yet. Maybe that was just wrong reporting.
Pixel 3 and Pixel 3a. I think we assumed XL. I don't know that they actually...
Yeah, that could be a thing. And assuming Pixel 4 will be out by then, so I'm sure that will get added to it. But I have the Pixel 2 XL, so it looks like I will be upgrading one way or another this fall. So, yeah,
I'm with you.
And there was a separate article. I'm not sure how impactful it is, but like there were 4,000 different development partners that were signing up for Stadia. So nothing like immediate news, but obviously a lot of interest with Stadia. I mean, understandably so.
Well, I mean, we're still 5 months out, and the list has doubled since they announced it. So it's pretty impressive, and I'm hopeful.
Would it take more money for me to stream Just Dance or to shave? That's a tough one. I'll have to think about that one. Probably shave. But
Probably,
we'll see.
I got a lot of flack for shaving last year. I don't know that the wife will let me do that again.
Yeah.
So, but I'll dance my ass off. I don't care.
No shame. Let's see. We talked a little bit about Breakpoint coming out there on the Stadia. The Stadia? I'm going to just call it the Stadia. Ghost Recon Wildlands, though, still a game and getting its last final big update. And a little different than I thought, but a Battle Royale mode.
Ugh.
Yeah. But it's 8 people and mixes both PvP and PvE aspects. So there's, I believe it's 3 phases. Let me scroll down here.
8 people is not a battle royale. 8 people is deathmatch.
But you spawn without any gear, weapons, or items. You go through, you do these transmitters. Once they activate the transmitters, then helicopters come, and then eventually there's extraction. So basically...
So what makes a battle royale a battle royale?
I have no idea. A larger area becoming smaller area and you start with no gear. Unless you go to Tetris Battle Royale, and it's just Tetris and 99 people.
Right.
Or 100, depending on which one you're playing.
That's it. The consistency around battle royale games has been the number of people. It's deathmatch on crack. This is just...
Yep.
I used to do this shit in Halo. It's whatever. Okay.
Fair, you don't start with gear or Tetraminos in Tetris 99, so it's true. Let's see. Ghost Recon, we got Ubisoft. Going on to more Ubisoft news. PC is now Ubisoft's most profitable platform. Growing, I think it was 10% this past year in the market share. So 34% taking over PlayStation 4, which is at 31%, Xbox One at 18%, mobile at 7%, Switch at 5%, and quote-unquote others at 5%. I'm not sure what others is.
Mobile.
Fridge.
Probably.
No, mobile is 7%.
Oh, you said
fridge. I'm telling you.
It is the fridge.
I haven't tried downloading Uplay on my fridge yet. I should try that.
What the hell are you even doing?
I was saying probably PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, I guess, but I'm not sure even if they've got that aspect. But Rainbow Six Siege and Assassin's Creed Odyssey being the biggest factors. I was a little surprised about Assassin's Creed Odyssey outside of Project Stream, so I'm not sure if that kind of carried people over and to stay on PC with that. But then,
yeah, because Siege makes sense. They've
definitely
seen a large growth there,
Huge.
and that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then there was Anno, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, 1800. So PC exclusive. I know T-Gab's played. I really didn't hear much about it though.
Did really well review wise, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, I did not hear a large, hype around it. That type of game, you don't really tend to get that too much, but did well nonetheless.
And I just realized I didn't put this in the news, but it's more Ubisoft news. So there is, and I'm blanking on the name. Shit. Damn it. Sorry. Just pulling up this Kotaku article. I think this is right. Yes, so Watch Dogs Legion, you can go through the Joseph Gordon-Levitt company. I'm blanking on it. Shit. Damn it. Okay. Well, anyways, hit record. There we go. So you can submit songs or beats or just I played the trumpet and people remixed it. They're choosing 10 songs that people either collaboratively did or portions of them they put back together. So 10 songs to put into the game on one of the radio stations. If your song or your part of a song is chosen, the song gets $2,000 distributed as among whoever, helped create it. So if you did it all yourself, $2,000. If you're one of 10 people, you get $200. And that's in the game as well. So hearing this, personally, I would have been like, okay, that's cool. That's the news. That's it, period. Apparently, there's a huge upset around the creative and developer and I guess not acting, but instrumental musician industry about this because essentially it is called spec work, is I guess what they call it, where it's they're not paying you up front for the work. You're doing the work and then they might pay you. So I personally don't really take it that way. I just take it as, it's a cool opportunity to potentially have something I created in a Watch Dogs video game. But then at the same time it is, and Ubisoft claims it's not the case or anything like that, that where's that line of them getting free work done for them versus, almost free work done for them versus paying, true musicians and composers and stuff like that to actually do things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this story actually reminds me of a while back. Do you guys recall at one of the E3s they talked about Beyond Good and Evil 2, and they're planning on doing something like that where there was like community artwork that would be in the game?
And they did.
Yeah, and that's Ubisoft as well, correct?
Yes. So and it's the same hit record company, and there's a little debate on that as well as far as they say they've paid that all out. They've paid a lot of money over the course of it. Their website wasn't updated to say that, so then people are like, did you actually pay them? Whatever. Oversaturation brings up it's easier to be defensive if the work is what you do for a living. Completely agree. But it's interesting because when I first hear it, I'm like, oh, that's a cool contest. Similar to the KFAF show that Kind of Funny does. They do a Photoshop challenge every week. Lately, I've been doing them and submitting them. I, first of all, should not be paid for my Photoshop work because it's not the good. But it is content they are then talking about and not even necessarily choosing all of it and getting free content off of other people's labor. So I get the premise of it. Me personally as a fan want to partake in it and want to offer that up. But I don't know. Do you think that is a slippery slope as far as risky to that industry of setting these standards?
I don't think it's a new concept at all. I think that, submit your submissions by X date and we'll reach out to you with the winners. Like it's the same sort of thing, right? It's a contest.
Right.
I can understand the opinion of this is sort of spec work and I'm doing a thing with no guarantee that I'll be paid, but they're not going to use it and not pay you, right? It's a contest.
Yeah.
If they choose it, then they'll pay you for it, and then they'll use it in the game. That would be like saying people who already have pre-recorded stuff shouldn't submit because they have an advantage because they didn't have to do the work twice because they already had something available.
Yeah.
I think that this is
that's a great point too because everybody retains copyright or whatever it is, rights to whatever they submit. So it's it will be used in this, you get paid. You still retain the rights, so even if you don't get chosen, you can still submit it or publish it or whatever you want to do with it. Yeah.
It's a contest.
Have you ever
submit your best work?
Have you ever done anything being a developer like that in kind of the development realm? I'm not sure if that's a thing or not.
No, they do have code tests and they have problems you can solve. So somebody might put out a problem to solve, and then people can submit their answers, and the person who has the most elegant answer or the least number of code lines or whatever can receive prizes. It's not generally going to be used in a public forum like this, but you can win prizes for work that you've done, and just because you submitted an answer doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get paid. I think that's a very entitled way of thinking. And it's, I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think that you're taking the chance to submit something in hopes that an industry is going to take it on, and then if they do, you get paid for your work, just like a job application.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Oversaturation commenting, it feels like the development world is more collaborative than the music world, saying this with experience in both places. Yes, you are the saxophone master, even over
I thought he plays the drums.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Yeah, so interesting article. Ubisoft had a tweet where essentially they didn't apologize at all for it. It was just more of, hey, that's not how we're meaning this, and they kind of like left it at that. It wasn't an apology. It wasn't really like fuck off or anything. It was just like, hey, that's not what we meant by this. It's 10 people. They're going to get paid. Okay, cool. So hopefully everybody settles down, but we'll see if that continues or if that trend continues, honestly, with other games.
I mean,
I think it's super cool.
Yeah, it's a contest, dude.
Yeah.
And it gives people a chance to submit things that and potentially make it into something that they usually don't have the means to make it into. So
now,
it's voluntary.
Curious thoughts. Do your thoughts change if all of the radio stations were like this?
What do you mean?
Like, so this is 10 songs of the radio station in the game. Like, there's still a ton of other music and stuff like that in the game. If it was all the radio stations, would it be a different story?
Not if the rules are the same. Not at all.
Okay.
It's the same sort of concept.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. Just curious.
now, it'd be one thing if they said, we have the right to use whatever is submitted and we'll pay the top 10. That's a different story. But you're applying to get your stuff publicized.
Fair. What if they got rid of a musician to do this?
You mean like Ubisoft didn't actually have somebody on staff?
Right. Like they were like, hey, we don't need any musicians anymore.
If that's how they want to do, I mean, look at Mario Maker. They created tools and have people generate content.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Why is everybody picketing Mario Maker right now? Come on, guys.
Because it's awesome.
It's true. It is awesome and infuriating all at the same time. And leading into, actually, I'm going to switch over one ahead because we're talking about Mario Maker. Oh, no, I clicked the wrong thing. This one. Southwest flight, people got on, and look at that. What a surprise. A free Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Maker 2.
Wow. On Southwest, no less. They paid like $89 for those tickets.
Holy shit. And it wasn't even it's a flight to San Diego, so I'm like, it's for sure, like a Comic-Con thing or something like that. It was like, nope. Southwestern Airlines just kind of partnered up and
it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant because over the next 6 months, people are going to buy Southwest tickets like crazy in hopes that they win. You can't
or,
pay that
I'm just going to get pissed because my flight's delayed and be like, I want that Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Maker 2 right now.
I don't know, man. What they would
it's
pay
a great,
for a
it's a great
30-second commercial is a fraction. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a fraction
Oh,
of
yeah.
what that would cost.
No, this is a
Brilliant.
great move by them. A great move by Actually, I think more airlines, more companies should be doing things like this.
Mm-hmm.
my first thought was, I'm flying Southwest to San Diego, but not for another month. It's like, damn it. Come on, guys. But
yeah, you'd have to be like the plane from Cincinnati to
yeah,
San
that's
Diego.
true.
Like, there's only the one.
Yeah, I wonder what flight it was. I didn't catch that, but yeah. So good on you, Southwest and Nintendo. I don't know who shelled out what, but pretty cool. Although I'm sure all the old people are like, "What the fuck is this? I don't want this ad."
Like, I'll grab that for you. You don't need that.
Little kids
They
like,
hand it to
nah.
everybody and then charge them for an extra carry-on all the way down.
Sorry, you can't bring lithium batteries on them? Shit.
Right.
But yeah, continuing on with Switch news, I know we reported about the new Nintendo Switch last week. Time to report on another one. Although, not another one? So Nintendo is apparently releasing a new Switch model with better battery life. It's the exact same price. It looks exactly the same. Everything else is the exact same thing. It's an improved battery life, though. So instead of being I love the ranges, between 2.5 and 6.5 hours, which is the current one, it is between 4.5 and 9 hours. So you get, extra 2.5-ish hours out of it. So Breath of the Wild on a current one lasts about 3 hours before depleting, 5.5 hours on the new one. So,
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's good on them for not making it some separate version or something like that. It's just they're essentially replacing the old SKUs with this one. It's going to be releasing in August. I don't think they have a specific date on it from what I've seen. And then, of course, later, soon thereafter in September, Nintendo Switch Lite will be coming out. Which, one thing we didn't report on last week is it is a slightly smaller size. So it's a smaller screen than the original Nintendo Switch as well. So, would this tempt you guys at all?
No.
Yeah.
No, not for me either.
Question: if you're gonna get another one,
most of the time. I mean,
see,
if I'm gonna get another one, then
yeah, would you get the Switch Lite or would you get another one of these? I mean, granted, this is $100 more, so
I would get another one of these.
Interesting.
I would as well.
So
it's got a bigger screen, and I can actually dock it.
That's interesting.
I would pay $100 for that.
Mainly docked, because I play besides squad mode. That's literally the only time I ever play it docked. Is when we're playing a Switch game for squad mode. These Matos with the zingers, slightly smaller squad. So there you go. Slightly longer squad. So longer battery life.
Okay. All right.
No?
All right.
Okay. No. Done. Guess I'm done.
Speaking of bad jokes.
These Matos? Yeah, so interesting. It's on Japan. You can kind of see this Japanese stuff right here about the battery life. There you go.
I actually was hoping that we would get a Switch Plus, alongside the Switch Lite, something that had a better battery life, maybe some enhanced graphics a little bit, some more bells and whistles. I actually was hoping for that to come through, and I would have done something like that.
So, do you think it's off the table? Right? This is
sort
of like, hey, from this date forward, all Nintendo Switches are going to have a bigger battery. There's no option to go back and get a smaller battery. There's no difference, right? So it's just kind of like a modular upgrade.
Yeah, so Nintendo...
Do you think that there's still an opportunity for a Pro?
They made a comment that it wouldn't be this year. So there was a lot of speculation early in the year as far as two different SKUs. Everybody thinking one was like a smaller one, which turned out to be the Switch Lite, and then a performance one. So I'm curious if this was quote-unquote the performance one everybody was anticipating, because it is a better battery life. I'm sure it's a separate SKU technically. But
I think more likely they developed a better battery for a more powerful console and went, oh shit, it's backwards compatible. If you think about production lines, right? Like what Tesla's doing right now by minimizing the number of cars you can get, and you can get a P70 or a P100, it's the same battery. And they just limit it by software because on the development line, it's easier just to put the same battery in every car. It's a similar concept. If they can put the same battery in multiple devices, then it's less difference in pieces. It's less different things they have to do as far as their production line. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oversaturation counts problems with the Switch Plus is it'd be like the new 3DS. Some games would just be incompatible with the old model and force an upgrade if you wanted a title. Yeah. I'm curious.
Be. Not necessarily, though. I mean,
if it'd be like the PS4 Pro.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Right. Slightly bigger screen, slightly more expandable memory. little quality of life improvements, but not necessarily a new generation of Switch.
Yep.
Well, be interesting to see what else comes. Well, actually, first, Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming on the spookiest date of the year, October 31st. Halloween, you can get your Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, who's picking this up? Deion, you were, right?
I'm picking it up.
I'm on the fence. It's so close to Pokemon Go, or sorry, Pokemon Sword, and the Fallen Order.
Yes.
I don't know that I really have time for a Luigi's Mansion. So, I don't know. Let's see what Dion thinks of it.
Dion's going to get it.
Yeah.
Squad mode.
Yeah, I'm down with
Dion's
that.
going to get it.
It's 2 people?
Backlog.
It's so you got the Ghost, Guigi, right?
So gross to say.
It is gross to say. I don't know if there's more than 2, but yeah, I'm mainly doing it because I haven't played the second Luigi's Mansion, so it's been a long time since I played it. So
yeah, I've actually never played any of them. I've played the arcade game. That's the only Luigi's Mansion
son.
I've played. Yeah, yep. I had a Nintendo 64, and then no other Nintendo console until the Switch. Besides, people I lived with and stuff had like the Wii, but yeah,
Really?
played GameCube at a friend's
is,
house
like,
and stuff
on
like
point.
that. But yeah, and that's why I'm excited for Animal Crossing, because I played that at friend's house and I always loved that. So I'm like ready to actually finally have that and play it. But Luigi's Mansion 3, I just never played or saw enough of to be like, oh yeah, I'm excited for the third one. It's like, it's cool. It looks cool. Theming looks pretty cool, but meh.
these Matos is picking it up. I'm gonna get that, he says.
Never gonna finish it. These Matos never finishes things. When I was a kid, I passed on Luigi's Mansion because I didn't want a game about Mario's shitty brother. Amen.
Damn, son. Damn.
I mean, was it a mistake? I don't know. Come on, who wants to play as a guy named Luigi Mario?
Yeah, and then you can hit the button that's just like Mario. He's just like running around the whole damn mansion. Mario.
Did the GameCube version have different buttons to hit for different voices? Because the Switch one allegedly does. You can
hit the same button and
direction
it would, like, cycle
ones.
through.
It would just cycle through.
Gotcha. It's like press X to Jason, but for the whole game.
Jason!
That's good.
How dare you?
Continuing on, some VR news. Just thought I should mention Tetris Effect, which is currently available on the PlayStation VR. It's coming to PC with support next week, July 23rd.
Yes.
Yes, if you guys haven't played it, make sure you play it. Pick it up if you got VR, of course, because it is... I'm not even a huge fan of Tetris, but it is such a chill, visually pleasing game to just sit there, listen to the amazing music, watch the effects kind of unfold around you. It is a lot of fun. It's actually one that when my parents came over and I was, having them try VR and everything like that, I was like, told my dad, I was like, you can shoot things and whatever, but play this first. And it was easily a half hour before he was like, okay, let me try the shooting things. But yeah.
I love Tetris. I'm so excited. I don't have a PlayStation VR. I haven't had a chance to play it, but I've seen a lot of it, and so this is really exciting.
Very cool. Actually, quick note on that. I will be streaming tomorrow night for the weekly VR training with yours truly at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/SlayTheSalted I'm going to be playing Astrobot on PlayStation VR. So I've now done the quest, which didn't work very well. I'm still figuring out how to stream that one better. Did I Expect You to Die on the HTC Vive, and then tomorrow will be PlayStation VR. So I'm going to try to rotate through those.
All the VR.
All the VR. Don't have a Gear VR anymore. Can't do that one. Wouldn't want to stream that anyways. It was terrible. And then that actually brings us to deals of the week. So actually running under time for once. Deals of the week. Don't have images for them, but on the Epic Game Store. So I know Oversaturation and T-Gabs, you can just add it to your library just to screw them over. But you can get Torchlight free through tomorrow, July 18th. And then starting tomorrow, July 18th, you can get Limbo for 1 week going through July 25th.
Limbo's very good. It's like an hour long. I got it on PlayStation about a year ago.
Solid game.
It is. Torchlight is actually incredible. So it's a it's a Diablo clone. Yeah. And it is a lot of fun. So it almost feels like it's fitting on Epic because it feels like a Fortnite as far as like art style. But it's a full-fledged Diablo clone and it's a blast.
Gotcha. That's cool. Okay. Oversaturation.
Oversaturation says it was made by some of the original D2 devs. That's really cool.
Makes sense then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Diablo clone. Let's see. That brings us to what we're playing. Mike, what have you been playing?
More importantly, chat, what are you guys playing?
Oh, duh.
Because my list hasn't really changed a whole lot. Playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm level 42.
Damn.
Almost done with all of the islands, going through all that. Once I get closer to the end of the story, I'll start to stream that piece if I don't beat it first. Because I also am playing through The Walking Dead, the final chapter. So for those of you guys joining me on Monday nights for the Platinum Grind, we finished up Chapter 1 of this game. There's only 4 chapters this time instead of 5. I think it has a lot to do with Telltale Studios being shut down. And I'm curious to see how they wrapped it all up because I know they kind of came back briefly, but I'm wondering if it feels pretty rushed.
They got another studio to help and finish it off and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting.
Yep. But last Monday on the stream, there was like 2 different scenes where I didn't even know how to respond. I was so blown away. And it's been a great story arc all the way through. And I'm going to be really sad to end this one because it's been a blast. So we'll be starting Chapter 2 on Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern. Be there or be square. And lastly, I actually I tend to play a lot of mobile games. I picked up a game just kind of browsing through the store called The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. It's an Ubisoft game that just sort of popped up. It is a fucking blast. It actually is a bit of a Diablo clone as well. You do levels sort of running around and tapping and hacking, slashing all the creatures on a particular level, and you actually go down and do boss fights, and you earn new moves, and it is very cool. I think there's a PC version and a mobile version. I'm not 100% sure, but the mobile version is a lot of fun. It's free. Graphics are pretty cool too, so I think I'll be playing this one for a bit.
Yeah, it kind of looks almost like Fortnite, not Diablo. Kind of from the art style, from kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, basically like Torchlight. Very similar.
Oversaturation saying Diablo Immortal. Yes, Ubisoft's like, they announced that. Let's just put something out real quick.
Basically. I mean, honestly, if Diablo Immortal plays like this game does, I'll play it for
sure. Real quick before going over to Deion, these Mateos playing auto chess in Diablo 3. I'm surprised about auto chess. That's awesome. You should start streaming it. Because that's apparently all the rage now.
That is the rage right now.
Yeah. So
I still don't understand auto chess and how that whole thing is.
It's kind of like hollow chess, but virtual. No, nobody. Okay.
I wish I could tell you how much that didn't help.
T-Gabs plays it in chat too, if I'm not mistaken. So, Deion, where are you playing?
It's been a little light for me because I've been doing a lot of video editing, but mainly I've been playing some DayZ. I jumped back into that. Shout out to T-Gabs who played yesterday. And yeah, during that time yesterday, I tried to shoot some guy who was nice to us, but he had a nice gun, so I tried to shoot him, and then I missed, and then he shot me in the face. And then I came back to that spot, and then we cut up my previous dead body and ate it. So, yeah, that in a nutshell is what DayZ is. You are a cannibal.
You forgot about the handcuffing and feeding of bleach or turpentine or wherever the hell it is.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, no. In all honesty, it's a lot of fun, and we're working on getting to a whitelisted server. There's a lot of role-playing servers that you just fill out a little whatever, and then you're kind of in the whitelisted community for specific servers now, and they've opened it up to mods, so you can
That's cool.
Have modded servers and play through those. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. You play with a lot of people who role play in the game, and then there's a lot of cool, fun stuff that happen. I've heard like people run shops in certain cities and stuff like that, and all that cool stuff.
Shit.
But that's mainly it for me. Just mainly DayZ, and then hopefully not 100%, but hopefully this Saturday I'll be doing some Uncharted. So I'm gonna play through some of the Uncharted series.
Which one?
I'm gonna start with. I already beat Uncharted, so just throwing it out there. I have not beaten the entire Uncharted series, so I beat Uncharted 1. I'm gonna start with Uncharted 2. And play through the rest of it.
I think that's probably my favorite.
Oh really?
Yeah. 4 was also really, really good.
4 was
I really enjoyed it. So, you're in for a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Let's see. I am kind of all over the place. I think I kind of talked about that last week. But Assassin's Creed, I'm officially on the Atlantis quest now. So that's the DLC. I'm like level 54 or something like that. So you kind of max level, and then you can put mastery points and stuff like that. So I'm up there. Still having a ton of fun with it. I've laid off a little bit since I've completed it, though, and killed all the cultists, which was kind of one of my main kind of goals with that game because it deserves it, and definitely worth killing all the cultists. I'll just throw that out there for kind of story implications, what you get out of it. So yeah, pretty cool. Playing Final Fantasy IX for the story. So the Switch mode, you can actually just enable max damage. So even my like level 10 characters are doing 9,999 damage. So it makes it a breeze as far as you can actually turn random encounters off even if you want. I'm still keeping those on though, just for XP and stuff. I don't even really need, but it helps. So playing that for the story because I am very surprised. I don't remember hardly any of the Final Fantasy IX story. Granted, it's been a long time since I played that. Probably almost 20 years. So around the time it actually came out. So which is kind of crazy to think about. And makes me feel really old now. Slightly casual squad, that's for sure. It's one I just, kind of play before bed and stuff like that. Super Mario Maker 2, obviously. We played Think of the Children for squad mode, which was a lot of fun until the last level. And then that was super dumb and frustrating. Very buggy game, but still a lot of fun. And then... I really haven't played any, but coming up for squad mode this Sunday, Crash Team Racing, because
I'm excited about this.
My girlfriend made me get it because she loves that game. We have it in an original PlayStation in our spare bedroom that she would play it on occasionally. So now I have the actual remastered version. So I've played, I think, one race on it, and very different from Mario Kart. I'm not nearly as good. So it should be interesting when we play it. She's actually challenged us, so we'll have to see about that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll throw it down.
We'll see how that goes. Oversaturation, no, I haven't uploaded any levels because I'm terrible at creating things like that. I do want to put some time in and do it, though. I just need to finish those tutorials and kind of get a better gauge on it. But
from everything I hear, and Oversaturation can attest to this, like when you start to create those levels, next thing you know, it's like hours and you're like fully into it. I think once you get the tutorial experience or whatever, and you start digging in, you're going to get captured real quick.
Yeah, that's fair. Anything like that, whether it's video editing or it's doing Photoshop and stuff like that, those are, even compared to video games, two things I just get very quickly lost in time in.
Yeah.
And absolutely love it, but it's addicting real quick. So. Okay. And actually that puts us right at about time. So if you guys want to stick around or actually play with us, we're going to be playing.
Read what the chat is playing.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. I'm embarrassed.
I was expecting more because nobody else commented, but just these Matos playing video games this week apparently. Kind of weird, but yeah, playing Overwatch. The summer games. I forgot what event it is. Some event just started, so check us out there. Yeah, you commented a lot. That's fair. But yeah. So stick around, join the Discord, play Overwatch with us. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching. Whether you've been watching live like Oversaturation, These Matos and T-Gabs at twitch.tv/slightlysaltedsquad, or you're listening on your favorite podcast network. So, as always, thank you. Appreciate it. And until next time, stay salted.
Bye, guys.
Bye.